Hey, happy Tuesday. I am excited. We're trying something new. So we're going to be doing Tuesdays with Trish. See if this is something that serves you guys well. I've actually got my laptop open so I can take questions and field things at the same time. Let me refresh the browser. We're talking today about how to leverage up your self-doubt and transform it and use it to leverage it into self-belief. And so couple of things I want before we let some people come on. I want to first and foremost let you know that this week's podcast is on this topic: how to turn your self-doubt into self-belief. You can get it anywhere podcasts are found. By the way, if you don't know how to get your podcast app on the phone, message me. I will walk you through how to find the podcast. So interestingly enough, a lot of people know about podcasts, but 50% of people don't know that they're free and they're right on your phone. Teresa, hello, good to see you, beautiful. Thank you for hanging out. So podcasts can be found on your phone, the podcast app, or you can go directly to my website. Again, it's free. Please subscribe. That way you don't miss a motivating minute. But it's trishblackwell.com/282. Veronica, hello. So we're talking, so you're going to get a more full, very professional approach to this topic on the podcast, but I thought I'd go live with you guys so we can prep for it. Hey Megan, good to see you. Good morning. We're going to be talking about self-doubt. And you know, the thing for me was when I was growing and kind of getting into personal development and growing towards my dreams, I thought the fact that I felt self-doubt was a sign that I wasn't going to be good at what I was doing, right? I thought I was like, oh shoot, now I'm not prepared. What am I supposed to be doing? I thought I could do this. I can't. I didn't know that self-doubt was a sign that you're doing something that matters. And Megan, I appreciate your honesty, because I'm telling you, people are going to watch this replay and go, amen, Megan, like amen. And I want to say amen to that too. I was full of self-doubt, and I still am. You guys, I'm a confidence coach. All I do is read and think and study positive psychology and about confidence, and I'm full of self-doubt. And so Megan, thank you for starting that conversation, because I want you guys to see that it is actually a good thing. Give thanks for your self-doubt, because it tells you a few things. It tells you that what you're doing matters to you. It tells you that you're human. And it tells you that you have an opportunity to grow and practice training your mind to say, I choose confidence. I choose to take action. Because what self-doubt is, it's fear-based feeling of a thought suggestion that we're not enough. And when you feel it, sometimes we retreat and go, oh, of course I'm not. We listen to this comment that's a suggestion, and it's not true. You get to say, I don't feel ready, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take action anyway. So one of the things I want to share with you today is that one of the quickest ways to eradicate self-doubt is to take action anyways. So, you know, in the podcast, and you guys are going to listen to it today, so you'll hear, and again, it's trishblackwell.com/282, that you're right, Veronica, it's so hard some days to choose confidence. And so in the podcast, we're going to talk, and I walk you through how I choose to erase the self-doubt and leverage into self-belief, because there's sort of this pendulum, and there's going to be days, guys, when the pendulum's swinging more to the self-doubt, and a lot of that depends upon your stress and your sleep, and sometimes your hydration and your food. So know that some of the self-doubt you feel is often circumstantial, and then there's pendulums when you're like on fire, like you feel like you've like put caffeine right into your veins. You're like, I got this. So one, I want you to know that pendulum is pretty normal. So of course we want to lean more towards the higher pendulum, but there are going to be days when, like Veronica said, it's hard to choose confidence. And I think it's really important to look at those days and say, what can I do right now to take action? So there's a couple things. The other day, I felt exactly like that, and I had to assess what was going on. And the real assessment is I was desperately sleep deprived. And so I stopped all my obligations, and I just said, Trish, you have permission to relax. Take a nap, get to bed earlier. I made my focus that. In fact, when I feel my sleep going down, I can always tell that my sleep is low when my enthusiasm goes down and my self-doubt goes up. And so one of the tricks of the trade that I use for myself, you guys know I'm a big fan of the Passion Planner. I go in and I always have a week's focus. So at the top, what I love about this, again, I'm not promoting that. I wish I was making money from the Passion Planner, because I love it. But up top there, you get to choose a week focus. My week focus is sleep. So I'm reminding myself to get get to sleep early because I know that when I sleep well, my stress goes down. When my stress goes down, my sleep goes up. What else goes up? My self-belief. So we've got to, I think there's something to be said to give yourself permission to say sometimes you just don't, you're not in the flow, and that's okay. So one thing you can do is go, is this real self-doubt true? Or is it because I'm exhausted? Okay, then if it's feeling true because you're really scared or you're intimidated, then know again, hey, I know what I'm doing. This is awesome. I know that what I'm doing matters. Yes, meganpassionplanner.com. I love it. And I go and I buy stickers off of Amazon and I love them. Like, let me just show you what my last week looked like. I had these fun stickers and a habit tracker, and it goes hour by hour. It has motivation, like here's a quote: make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny inner sparks of possibility into flames of achievement. So you got your motivating stuff as you go. It's awesome. And it's pretty affordable. Okay, that said, y'all, I lost my train of thought. Got me all excited about the Passion Planner. So that's right. What Veronica said, that sometimes it's truly harder. So if you know it's not sleep and you truly are experiencing self-doubt, I want you to pat yourself on the back and say, it's a good thing that I'm feeling a little anxious about this, or I'm questioning this. That means I care. And you know what happens in life? If you care, you are unstoppable. So leverage into that and say, I don't have to have it all figured out. I don't need to know if I'm really capable yet, because that's what self-doubt really is. Hey, can I do this? Am I good enough? But what I do know is I care enough to keep showing up. And my friends, if you care enough to keep showing up, you can do anything. That's it. I think we can simplify it down to that. You know, one of the things I talk about on the podcast that I want to talk about to you guys today is that we spend the most time in this world with ourselves. You spend more time in this world with one person than anyone else, and it is you. Think about it. Your thoughts are coming from here. When you read a book, it's your own voice. What is it that you, so one of the things that self-doubt, that's the reason why it can be so powerful, is it's you saying, and it sounds so real. And so I want to encourage you, and we go into this in the podcast, so make sure you check it out. But we talk about the fact that when you can learn to say, oh my gosh, I need to invest in being friends with myself. I need to invest in speaking the best thoughts I can to this person, because I am going to be listening to this. I'm going to be listening to what I'm saying to myself. I'm talking to myself because we are narrating our lives all the time. We are constantly talking to ourselves. I'm even talking to myself while I'm talking to you, right? So think about the power that happens, what could happen with leveraging your self-belief if you just started being kind to yourself. Think about your children or a friend that you love, someone that you really want to encourage. Don't you want to just shower them with self-belief and words of affirmation and encouragement and just say, hey, you're doing better than you think you are? So one of the ways we can overcome and leverage up our belief is by being kinder to ourselves. And I have all kinds of podcasts on that. You can go back into the podcast archives. Free coaching. Again, you guys, make sure you subscribe. Please write a review if you haven't, if you're a podcast listener. But yeah, it starts with being kind to yourself, because you're the person who's going to be with you the most. And Teresa, you had a great comment there of saying that sometimes it's hard to identify what exactly self-doubt is. And I love that you brought that up, because it's not always very clear. You're right. Sometimes, you know what I think sometimes self-doubt is that is easily masked, that not a lot of people acknowledge? Procrastination. To my entrepreneurs out there, those girls with big dreams, those of you who want to start writing a book, how long have you been thinking about that? You're not starting, not because you're not ready, or because you don't have time, because if you do have time, we all have time. We have time for the things that matter to us. But a lot of times we haven't started, or we don't follow through on things that we really care about, or we want them to be perfect, because we're so afraid of what would happen if it doesn't work out. So I think a great sign, so if you see procrastination happening in your life, I want you to think of it as it's like God's waving a big red flag for you to say, pay attention here. My child, don't doubt yourself. If you have that passion, I think we doubt ourselves because we overcomplicate it. We think we have to have all the steps figured out and the outcome. We're not responsible for the outcome. We're responsible for the showing up in the moment. So that's a good way to think about it. That would be encouraging. That might be helpful. And then we had a comment. I saw Robin. Not Robin. Monica. What about work colleagues who try to kill your self-belief or anytime you show some confidence? This always impacts me. Oh, girl. Monica, I love this question because it is so true and it happens all the time in a lot of different fields. And I think there's a couple things. First off, Robin, why do I keep, sorry, I know a Robin Singh, so I think I'm reading your last name and then I'm like, oh, it's Robin. So, but Monica, now I'm not gonna forget you. Monica, pat yourself on the back that you're standing out, that you're leading by example. Now, then also realize that this journey of mastering self-belief and confidence and joyful living is sometimes lonely, because you can easily see that it's a minority of people who would watch a video like this, who are taking the action to train their thoughts, who are choosing happiness, who are saying, I'm tired of being sick and tired, I'm tired of being sad, I choose there's gotta be a better way to live. And so when you're choosing self-belief and confidence, you're gonna get a lot of pushback, because people, it's a lot easier to be lazy. And you know what's lazy? Negative talk. It is so easy to say, nah, that's too much work, or you're too optimistic. I want you to arm yourself with the confidence to know that you're a leader. And it's going to impact you, and it can be lonely, and it can be very frustrating when you're like, why are people choosing the easy way? Why are people not open to seeing the possibility of what this has to come? And why are people being so negative, and they're already expecting failure? And here I am choosing to believe in myself and believe in this vision. Maybe it's a vision for the business, or you know what I mean? And I want you to go back to the people who are watching this video, the people who are connected in this Be More tribe, the people who are being more. And you know, I need you to know you're not alone. And though that sometimes, yeah, it's gonna, when people knock us down and try to kill our belief and our enthusiasm, it can be gutting. It can be devastating. It can side rail us. When people say, well, what's the point of doing that? Like, I get it. I had a lot of people go, oh, how's that book you're writing? Or, well, that's nice. Or they write off your dreams as oh, that's a nice little side business you've got. Or, oh, cool that you're blogging. Is anybody gonna read it? You know, they don't matter. And I think you've got to go back and say, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because this makes my heart come alive. And there are people that will read this and that will be impacted by this, and they do matter. And then there's sometimes that there's, I mean, I want to call it what it is, Monica. They're toxic. So I want you to think about this. Let's expect that they're going to try to pull you down, because when you start shining a light, other people will try to pull you down, and they're going to try to invite you into comparing, and then you're going to find that they're going to start gossiping more, and you're going to get pulled into that. So keep walking your path and saying, I'm going to lead and inspire people, and it may be lonely, but I got other people in the world right now who are doing the same thing. Awesome question, you guys. I'm taking questions, so if there's any other questions that come up, I've got about 10 more minutes I can hang out here. So we've been talking about procrastination is a great sign of self-doubt. Another sign of self-doubt, I think for me, it's always that anxiety. When I have self-doubt and it really aggravates, my old thought patterns escalate. So I start feeling insecure in the mirror. I start feeling more bloated, and I start finding myself comparing myself more. And that to me is my little like sign of like, oh, warning sign. And I have to go, whoa, Trish, what's going on? It's not that you're comparing yourself, because it's easy to go, oh, stop comparing yourself, you know better. It's not about discipline. That's a sign. It's a warning sign to me that something deeper of self-doubt is going on. And again, for me to silence that self-doubt, I have to take action. You know what's so beautiful about being in action? I talk in the College Confidence a lot to my folks who are members there, and we talk. It's my group coaching program. If you have never heard of it, but collegeconfidence.com. But we talk about being action takers and dream chasers. You know what I want you to think about yourself as? You're a dream chaser. You have a dream in your heart. Maybe it's a big dream, small dream, doesn't matter. We have all different sizes of dreams, and we have multiple dreams, and you're chasing it. And there's gonna be a lot of people trying to push you down because you're a light that's shining. And you know what happens when you take action? The people who are lazy, or who are just getting by, or who are just, whatever, you're making them look bad. So of course they're trying to push you down. So again, but it's not about them. It's about they need your love and encouragement, and you just be kind. Meet them where they're at, and you focus on chasing your dream and your lifestyle and the happiness that you deserve and the confidence and self-belief. Because when you can take action, you can chase any dream. So what is the key to taking action? And thank you, Teresa. I agree, it's amazing too. What is the key to taking action? It's just saying, I have the belief that I'm gonna figure this out. So you don't have to believe that you're gonna, so let's use this writing a book example. You don't have to believe that you're the best writer. No one's the best writer. It's not about being the best writer. It's also a process to write a book. And there's so many editors, and there's so many different styles, and there's storytelling, and you just have to believe that you will have the right coaches as you go, that you're gonna have the right resources, that you're gonna have the right agent, that you're gonna have access to the things that you need when you need them. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to show up with your little laptop and just start writing, right? You have to say, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna care what people think, whether they think I make typos or if my grammar's bad or if they don't think I should be writing about this part of my story. You're just gonna say, I'm gonna show up anyways, right? So, I didn't realize our camera was crooked the whole time here, y'all, sorry. Kimberly, hey, I didn't see you around here. It's good to see you. I love hearing from you. Let me see, so you've been struggling a lot lately. Your mood's been horrible and you've been struggling to get yourself out of it. Not sleeping. I literally think that not sleeping is like one of the most chronic issues that affects everyone. So yes, I think not sleeping, and Kimberly, I would just encourage you, it's okay sometimes to be in a bad mood, to be in a funk, but rather than beat yourself up, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why, and then do something over the next 3 days to prioritize that. And I would say it's probably based on needing self-care, probably based on needing more sleep. And I was speaking with one of my one-on-one clients this morning. We talked about how hard it is to just say, I need 20 minutes for myself. That there's weakness there, or there's shame, or there's selfishness, and it's not that at all. So it sounds to me that you need a little time. And you guys, I need to do my happiness habits every day. For my belief to skyrocket, I need to make my bed. I need to stretch in the morning. I do about 1 minute of abs, so I feel strong at my core. I need to listen to a worship song, and I put something good in my mind. Whether I read a devotional, or I listen to a TED Talk, or a sermon, or a podcast, I start my day intentionally. If I don't do those things, my mood goes, so I think, Kimberly, it's important to take a look at saying, maybe it's so crazy. 1 or 2 small habits makes a huge difference. 2 minutes can transform your whole day and your mood. And so I don't think it's necessarily about the mood. I think it's sleep and maybe 1 or 2 small habits, and you're gonna see, or maybe it's just getting outside and having some sunshine, right? Little things make a huge, huge difference. And Megan, great question here. What if no one likes your style once you're done? Are you talking about style of the book? There are going to be, you know what? There are 7 billion people in the world. Let's wrap our minds around that. So we can let go of caring what people think and instead say, there are 7 billion people in the world. Somebody's going to like my style. I love that. I mean, think about this. Like I was actually just, your book. Okay. So there are going to be people who don't like your book. You know what? I was so funny you say that. I was just thinking about this. Yes. And Veronica, you're right. There are going to be people who love it. Think about children's books. So for those of your parents out there, I'm in that phase where we have to read, 5, 6 books at night. And of course, they want to read the same book every night. And some of the books that Ellie loves, I'm like, oh, this book sucks. This book is boring. She loves it. And there are obviously other parents. I've read books that are bestsellers that I'm like, And then I've read books that are unknown and I'm like, why is the whole world not reading this book? Or I can read children's books and they're all like, if you look at probably, let's just put 5 children's books that have sold the equal amount, have as many fans. I might only really like 3 of those, and the other 2 are okay. Whereas you might read those same 5 books to your kids and go, those 2 are the best ones. Why would you like those 3? Tastes and preferences are different, which is why there's a need for every story. Even if that story, let's say with those 5 books, all 5 of those books, basically the message, the takeaway was be kind and love your neighbor. You'd be like, why do we need more books about be kind and love your neighbor? Because we do need more books on that, because the same message gets recreated and told in a different story, and that compels people, and that people are drawn to one story versus another, and that's all good. So yeah, your style is going to be different. That's good. There's no right or wrong style. And I say that as a writer, constantly beating myself up on my style, constantly saying, because my husband writes, and you guys, if I could only write the way he does, I would be so happy. And he looks at my writing, he's like, I can never write like you. And he's a just incredible storyteller in his detail. I'm like, how do you? But that doesn't help me to be jealous of him or him of me. We work as a team. We can help one another. But again, it's different styles. It's a different gifting. Any other questions? Okay, for Teresa, I see another one here. Struggling when I see other people communicate the message better than I do. For book ideas, for me, it's what if no one buys it? Here's a great answer. I love that question. What if no one buys it? So, right? So what if no one buys it? What if no one buys that dream? What if no one's like, I think the fact is that it is out there. So I had that struggle when I wrote my first book. My first book was self-published because I had an agent and we were going through the process and I had all these offers, but nothing came to fruition, and it kept getting out there. And I was so upset about it not getting out the way I wanted. And my husband, who I was just dating at the time, he said, why does it need to be done this certain way? And I said, well, it needs to be in a bookstore the way it looks supposed to be. And he said, I'm sorry. I thought I fell in love with a woman who wanted to help people, not a woman who cared about what people thought. Did you care? Because I cared at that point about, well, I didn't want somebody to know it wasn't traditionally published. Who cares? And I needed somebody to say, Trish, are you writing that book to help other people, or are you doing it for yourself? And it's a little bit of both. Of course, there is some of both. But if you're doing it for other people, you can say, okay, I'm going to show up anyways. So it helped me overcome that fear of, what if nobody buys it? What if people think it's stupid? What if people judge me for it? What if people, I don't know, think with these stories we tell ourselves. But Teresa, I resonate with what you said of saying, it's hard when you see someone say something that you're like, oh man, I wish I'd said it that way. Your message or your purpose. You know what? I want you to celebrate that. Celebrate them for showing you, cool, I love how they told that story. What a neat, resonating way. Like, what a cool, compelling way to encourage me. I will add that to my idea list, and I can continue to craft it in my story as I go. But yeah, we got to keep our eyes focused. And again, it goes back to, there's not a scarcity of ways to get the message out. And that person's target market might be different than yours. So awesome idea, you guys. I got 3 more minutes, okay? 3 more minutes, roll your questions in. If you haven't yet liked this, please hit like, please share this live stream. And where this whole conversation started around the essence of today's podcast. Today's podcast is how to reduce your self-doubt and increase your self-belief. And that goes into, you can apply it to a business, you can apply it to your thank you for all the likes. Thank you. You can apply it to your dreams, your goals, anything, or just your general relationships with people, speaking up for yourself. So you can listen to the full coaching on this that is much more structured at trishblackwell.com/282 or anywhere podcasts are found. And if you need help finding how to listen, I'm all here. Send me a message. I'm here for you. And I also want to know, you guys, I'm liking this idea of maybe showing up every Tuesday. Tell me if you like it. If you like it, and we'll do Tuesdays with Trish. But I need to know. Catherine, thank you for saying hi. And let me know if you guys think if Tuesdays with Trish would be an encouraging way to keep you motivated early week, and then and that way we can stay connected and share questions. All right, 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. What else do you have? And anybody else, by the way, if okay, please do. Great feedback. Thank you, Veronica. If you aren't yet hanging out with me on Instagram, I'm Trish_Blackwell. So please come hang out. You guys, I am so happy that we got to spend some time together. I'm looking forward to hearing what you think of the podcast. Again, please subscribe. Please share. Good, Kimberly, great feedback. Thank you, guys. Woke up Oh, I want to answer this question. Love it. We'll close with Veronica. I woke up drowning in self-doubt and being super mean to my husband. How can I avoid that? Sleep. And then I think when you don't want to be kind, compliment. So if you're not feeling kind, I would do my gratitude journal. I would do 5 gratitudes on the go. So I do gratitude on the go, which is like 10 things that when I'm in a mood and I need to switch it, the 10 first things that come to mind. Like right now, if I were to do it, I'd be like, I love my tassel earrings. Grateful for those. I'm thankful for the sunny day and that my dog's not barking while I'm trying to do this. I'm thankful that I've got coffee brewing upstairs. I'm thankful for, you can just list the first things that come to mind. Technology. And then that puts you in a little bit of better state. And then I would intentionally build him up. The more we build others up, the more we actually build ourselves up. It's so crazy. It truly karma, that karma thing, it works. Build him up, and you are going to be building up your self-belief as well. What we put out always comes back to us. And then I think there's also something beautiful in a relationship and in a marriage when you're learning how to love well and have the belief that you're believing in the relationship being the center of who you are and what you do. Saying, I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood. I'm working on this. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful way to say, I love you, right? I was in a mood the other day, like it was unrealistic and unreasonable, and I said to Brandon, I said, I'm in a funk and I'm not being nice, and I don't like that. I love you. I'm sorry. And if you would just give me 30 minutes to be alone, I will be a better person when you come back. And I told him, this is not about you. I'm not mad at you. I'm in a funk and I don't like it. And I think I need to detox it, right? And that was a really cool way. And he respected it. He was great. He grabbed a beer and he said, are you sure you're not mad at me? I said, yes, you haven't done anything. I love you, but I'm being mean. Don't like it. So I think sometimes just speaking the truth is a really good way to get out of that self-criticism, that state of self-doubt, the state of beating yourself up, right? So anyways, and then it was great, and we were able to talk about it, and and again, you know what the problem was? Sleep. Needed sleep. So I took a nap. It was much better. Life is good when we are doing the basic things that our body and our minds need to thrive. All right, y'all. This was so fun. All right, more love, more coming, more Tuesdays with Trish. Please let me know what you think of the podcast this week. We've got good topics coming up. So, sending you guys love. Have a great day.